Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to Audio Addiction. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for chilling. It's your boy Brandon. If you're new here, thank you for hanging. Thanks for being a part of the crew. There is always a pinned link to the Discord and the Twitch. And if you're watching this on YouTube, it should also be in the description as well. So go check those out if you have not. Also, come join us live. Do these every Monday, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you're available, would love to see you in chat. That's usually where I get a lot of the extra bit of commentary. So thanks for hanging. Um, it's been a while since we've done a girls group. I feel like we've done a ton of guys groups just because we did Boys Planet, the deep dive, the series. So it felt right to do a girls group. Huge shouts to Jazz for recommending we do a girls group tonight. Tonight's group we are doing are kind of a twofold group. We're doing After School and Orange Caramel. So if you thanks for hanging, if that's what you saw or voted on, thank you. Hopefully we'll be doing some more girls group, but this was been one I feel like has been recommended, and also one we haven't done yet. So I'm stoked. Sarah says, "Hey y'all, love to see it." Evening, yes, hello, Gunky. Unhi, hello. Sally, hello. Kaylee, hello. Kala, hello. Thanks for hanging. Yeah. Also, if you've missed out, ZB1's posted today. This part two is out. It took forever to release because of lovely copyright, which makes sense. So if you wanted to watch the full unadulterated video, it's been out for like a month now on Patreon, I think. So you can go do that. If I know there was stuff that was cut out of the ZB1 part two, so watch it there if you feel so inclined to. And I believe content wise, everything should be pretty much up to date. There may be some videos here and there that I need to put on, but I think it should be good. So that's all my housekeeping. So very excited. Massive salutes to Sarah for shooting me over the playlist as well. Because Lord knows I always need the help. So appreciate it. Let's see. Biscuit, hello. Thank you for hanging. So looks like Sarah has says After School is a second gen girl group consisting of a total of 11 members that debuted on January 15th of 2009 under Pledis Entertainment. The members are Sooyoung, Becca, Kahi, or Kai, I don't know. Jungyoon, Juyeon, excuse me. Jung Ah Ui, Rania, Nana, Lizzie, Young, and Keun. The group was formed around the concept of having members, administration, and graduations, a style reminiscent of J-pop idol groups. Uh, and as such, different members were added to certain projects. Ooh, added or left for certain projects. Okay, very interesting. Um, I have included a chart of the timeline of members, so it's easy to keep track of who is in each song, which I have. If you would like, I will post that in Discord, um, which is very cool. Appreciate that, Sarah. Let's see. The group was also spawned three subunits: After School Red, After School Blue, for the release of their fourth single album, Orange Caramel. Oh, and Orange Caramel, excuse me. Um, AS Red was a sexy concept consisting of members Kahi, Jung Ui, and Nana. AS Blue, which had an innocent concept, included members Ju Yun, Rainia, Lizzie, Eun, and both groups debuted on July 20th of 2011. Wow, okay, so this is a while ago. With the release of their fourth single album, Orange Caramel debuted on June 16th of 2010, consisting of members Nana, Rania, and Lizzie. Neither group officially disbanded though, but have been inactive since 2015, and none of the members remain under Pledis. That is interesting. Andy, hello. Biscuit says they debuted After School. That is true. That is true. Callus says, "I'm here in spirit. My connection is so bad. Oof. I thought it was maybe my connection, which usually can be pretty bad. So I'm hoping it. Fingers crossed it stays okay tonight." So, Jazz says, "Hi y'all, just lurking tonight. Appreciate it, Jazz. Very nice. All right. Well, this is gonna be fun. I'm excited. I'll pull out the playlist here. Again, massive salutes to Sarah. We've got Diva, Because of You, Bang. It looks like Love, 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 Shampoo, Let's Step Up, Flashback, First Love. This looks like to be a Korean song. It looks like obviously another after school song. After School Red has a couple Korean tracks. You have Wonder Boy. Orange Caramel has Magic Girl. A couple other ones in Korean that I feel bad that I don't know, but I'm sure we'll get into it. This one looks to be Choyoung's solo All Star. Okay, Lipstick from Orange Caramel, Catalina, Abing, and My Copycat is the last one we're finishing off with. So, Callus says, "No, I'm on the bus. You are not the problem." That's good. That's good. I hope to keep it that way. But all right, well, let's get into the first one. This one looks to be in the title here, so I'm hoping that's the song name. But let's get into the first one. Wow, this is an old music video. All right, very cool. This was After School, and the song is called Ah. Very nice, very nice. Um, I believe this is. I guess this would technically be considered a second gener. I guess it would be a second generation group, second gen group. I don't know. I know it's probably not third, but Kyle says, "Is this what happens after school?" And Cookie says, "I think so." I wouldn't know. I did not happen for me, but I felt like this was very good. I will say it feels very much of that time period. It looks like this came out. Well, this was released on 1K about 2 years. Okay, so this was a bit ago. I don't know. I think it's okay. Yes, second gen. Okay, cool. Thank you, chat. I think for me, it like definitely has a lot of the second gen coding that I'm sure y'all are familiar with in terms of groups and obviously commentary about second gen groups. Um, I will say it definitely holds up though. I know sometimes second gen songs, I think second gen songs can either be really hit or miss for me, though I will say that I feel like over doing a lot of K-pop groups now, um, I will say I feel like my my sensibilities about older groups I feel like have kind of lessened, which is good. I think to me, it's like definitely one of those songs that I'm like, for the time, it definitely feels very in that time period. But also, I feel like what really truly stands out to me is like the the lack of, I guess, like other instrumentation in the song, and I think that they're very reliant upon how good are the hooks going to be, how good are like some of the vocal lines going to be, because I do, you know, 2009 was quite a bit of time ago, and I think that like in terms of music production, there's so much evolution that has happened over that time period where it's like it almost feels like night and day in terms of like what you're able to do now with music. And so I really appreciate the fact that there's just so much more attention to the vocal detail in these types of songs um where I feel like maybe in modern K-pop, I was like, it's still very good vocally, obviously, but I do feel like there was more of a sticking point for their vocals to be like very good or spot on. So I definitely like this a lot. I like the rap sections. I feel that maybe sometimes the older rap sections don't hit the same way, but this was very good. I really did enjoy the rap section. I was bobbing my head and enjoying it. But I will say the hooks for this song too were really great. I think the melody choice was really good. But their vocals like were stellar. I definitely enjoyed them a lot. Um I think I was kind of surprised at how good they were. Not that I feel like second gen group slack in any way, um but I thought this was very good. This is a very good starting point considering this is a debut. Um, I'm curious what chat thinks about this one because I don't know how. I'm wondering if this one holds up in their mind, if they've listened to this one, how they feel about the song. Because like I'd imagine most of chat has probably not been with this group since they debuted, but I could be wrong. So I am curious what people thought about like the song as a collective. So I did see Gunky's comment. They said that this song is a banger. Okay, so that I feel like that definitely makes sense. Gunky says this song is definitely dated, but still love it. Fair enough. Fair enough. Connie says, "Oh my god, I love After School and Orange Caramel. Let's go, let's go. We're gonna be covering them too." Um, Kala says, "I've never heard this group, but it was fun." Fair enough. Fair enough. In the same boat. Gunky says, "This is actually one of my first K-pop songs I heard. This and Girls' Generation." That makes sense. Also, incredible second gen group as well. So that makes sense. That makes sense. But that's interesting. It is an interesting thing. And I think it's like, as my voice cracks, I think it is very interesting to go back in time and like obviously revisit a lot of these songs because like it is it's a unique concept. in terms of obviously having a rotating cast of members, but I also feel like it's very interesting in the sense of like, wow, this came out in 2009, so it's like it still has good bones to it. So I appreciate that. So Sarah says after school we're incredibly popular, like earning government medals for influence and cultural promotion popular. Wow. Okay, that is interesting. That is interesting. I feel like the rabbit hole of K-pop during that time period must have been very interesting. So, Andy says I like this song. I haven't listened to them in a while. Ooh, okay, fair enough, fair enough. And Biscuit says I didn't know this one though. I know several of their songs. It was fun. Ooh, okay, fair enough. I'm sure as the timeline progresses, I'll start to see where everybody kind of came to be in this group. So very nice, very nice. Good start, I would say, in my opinion. So um very curious to see where they go, or like how much of this variation is shown in new material. So all right. We're gonna move on to the next one, which is Diva. So let's check it out. I love my boy. I love my boy. I love you, my boy. I love my I was just curious if they had captions. I love my boy. I love you, my boy. Everybody scream. 오늘밤 매일밤 자꾸만 네 생각만 나는 그대의 오늘밤 매일밤 짜릿짜릿하는 순간 나는 자꾸만 네 생각이 난 너의 달콤한 향기 아무렇지 않은 척난 내게 빠져버렸어 차갑게 말을 안 해도 나는 멈출 수 없어 날 바라본다고 약속해 매일 I got the 마음을 여신의 masterkey 넌 나의 masterpiece 우리 같이 마치 환상의 대팀 You know we are destiny 사랑은 불타 after this 너무나 달콤한 속삭임 짜릿짜릿하게 so sweet boy You are my favorite 오늘 밤 매일 밤 자꾸만 네 생각만 나는 그대의 The panning is 짜릿짜릿하는 순간 나는 그대의 Just tell me what you wanna do 내 맘을 가져가라고 I don't wanna let you go 넌 나만 바라보라고 I just wanna get it done 사랑을 나눌 거라고 아파도 좋아 이것이 세수가 I got these hands for your love for you I can't tell what people say 사랑이 중요해 no matter what you are my man 자꾸만 점점 나 반져 L.O.V.E 사랑이란 감정 You're so perfect 넌 내게 맞죠 Come to me 내 인생을 watch 오늘 밤 매일 밤 자꾸만 네 생각만 나는 그대의 오늘 밤 매일 밤 짜릿짜릿하는 순간 나는 그대의 오늘 밤 네 곁에서 잠들고만 싶어 이런 게 사랑일까 자꾸만 떨려 따뜻한 너의 품에 안기고만 싶어 나 이제 어떡해 너에게 빠져나가 Wow. All right, very cool. This was After School and their song Diva. Very nice, very nice. Let's see. Couple comments here. Gunky says, "Oh yeah, this song." Connie says, "I actually was listening to a couple of their songs. LOL." Love second gen so much. Very nice. And then Gunky followed up and said there's something special about second gen. And Connie says, yes, the bridges, the high notes, the crazy choreo, unique outfits, strong bass. The yearning men miss this gen so much. Very nice, very nice. Um, I think this was also very good. I feel like I don't want to rehash my comments about it feeling, of that time period, but I feel like y'all know I keep it honest here. It does feel very dated in that aspect, but I do feel like there's something different about this song comparatively to the first one. And I felt like maybe the production, I think it's very interesting to hear like the production stylization of the song. I feel like they've kind of like took another stepping stone up in terms of like the production. There's a lot of interesting like vocal panning where the first song I feel like there wasn't as much. The Sid choice seemed like a little bit more, I feel like abrasive is the wrong word, but just definitely more strong synth notes in this song, which I thought was very interesting. Um, I like the bridge in this song a lot. I think whoever was hitting the high notes in that track, it was the person that had, I think I actually have it here. Whoever has these like very OG glasses here. Um, I thought she seems to be like one of the more powerhouse members of After School, which is cool. I'm definitely will be trying to keep a mental note of it all, but I thought this is very strong. Definitely like it was cool to see like a little bit of the background for like their production and stuff. I did see like in one of the shots where they had like very like prehistoric like recording software on there. But it is very interesting because like I noticed that like they're all singing next to each other, so I assume that they all like had to wait their turn to like sing their parts, or then obviously do like vocal dubbing and obviously like kind of ensemble vocals, which I think is very interesting. You don't get to see that too often, I think, in more modern music now, but I did find that tidbit, at least for this song specifically, to be very interesting. But yeah, I think the production definitely feels like more of a step up in the right direction. I really don't know what that direction is, certainly, but I do feel like there was definitely more of an upgrade in terms of the stylization of the song. But yeah, I can understand like the catchiness of it. The hooks was cool. I will say maybe it's just me, but I didn't think that they were saying diva in the chorus, which I thought was hilarious because I kept thinking they were saying like beepa beepa beepa, and I'm like, what does I was like, does that mean something else? And then I was like, it kind of just like reminded me of like some shit I'd hear from like a Despicable Me movie. And I was like, wait, they're saying diva. That makes sense. Why would they be saying beepa? I don't know. I was probably on some sort of cloud nine in that situation, but beyond that, I thought it was very very good, despite my lack of awareness on the chorus there. So very cool. I enjoyed this one a lot. I still think, I don't know. The first song, their debut song, was good. It's tough. I feel like I would probably put these both on like an equal playing field. I don't know if I like prefer one or the other, but I felt like they were both very solid. So very nice. I didn't think anything bad about this one. So Dougie says, I wonder what they're singing about. I wonder what they sing during school. That is true. Sarah says, I went to Christian school. All I heard was the bad Christian rock. um, there's a good mix. I also can concur with Gunky's statement on that for sure. Um, that is true. Flyleaf is a G for sure. Connie says, in my okay, thank you, Connie, appreciate it. This is Junk. Okay, very nice. She crushed it. That'll definitely be somebody I'll remember for sure. So very, very, very nice. All right. Well, if you've been enjoying us for after school, thank you. Thanks for vibing. But we're gonna keep it moving tonight. We've got Because of You next, which is I think also a Kelly Clarkson song. So I don't know why my brain thought of that, but here we are. Anyway, let's check it out.
아직도 나 그대를 잊지 못해. I'll never forget, boy. I'll never forget, boy.
Little auto-tune? Interesting.
년이 지났는지 몰라. 그대 생각만 하면 자꾸 눈물만 흘러. 오늘따라 왜 그렇게 네가 보고플까. 창밖에 빗소리가 내 맘을 흔들어. 사랑하지 말걸 그랬어. 정주지 말걸 그랬어. 붙잡지 말걸 그랬어. 왜 이렇게 나 혼자 아파. 사랑하지 말걸 그랬어. 정주지 말걸 그랬어. 붙잡지 말걸 그랬어. 왜 이렇게 나 혼자 아파. 난 항상 너만의 장미가 되려던 내 맘을 아니. 이제 조금의 사랑을 마침 표가 됐다는 거. 눈물이 밀려와 메마른 입술이 젖어. 이제 어떻게 그댈 잊을 수 없어. 너 때문에 많이 울었어. 나 때문에 많이 웃었어. 너 때문에 사랑을 믿었어. 너 때문에 모두 다 잃었어. 정말 답답해 갑갑해 막막해. 너 없는 세상이 내 말을 씹어놓고 자존심 짓밟아놓고 내 마음 찢어놓고 왜 나를 떠나가. 날도 비가 왔었지. 한참을 그대 말없이 너를 바라보기만 했어. 흔들리는 눈빛과 애써 짓는 어색한 미소가 이별을 얘기해줘. 사랑하지 말걸 그랬어. 정주지 말걸 그랬어. 붙잡지 말걸 그랬어. 왜 이렇게 나 혼자 아파. 사랑하지 말걸 그랬어. 정주지 말걸 그랬어. 붙잡지 말걸 그랬어. 왜 이렇게 나 혼자 아파. 떠나라고 할 땐 어쩌고 떠난다니까 어쩌고. 미친 사람 취급만 해 정말 힘들어 보여. Slow down. 아무런 말도 못한 채 울어. Cause I want to stay next to you. My love is true. Wanna go back to when I was with you. 너 때문에 많이 울었어. 너 때문에 많이 웃었어. 너 때문에 사랑을 믿었어. 너 때문에 모두 다 잃었어. 정말 답답해 갑갑해 막막해. 너 없는 세상이 내 말을 씹어놓고 자존심 짓밟아놓고 내 마음 찢어놓고 왜 나를 떠나가. I need you. 꿈속에선 아직도 I'm with you. I miss you. I need you. 시간을 되돌려워 너 kiss you again my boy. 맘이 너무 아픈데 견디기 괴로운데 너는 어디서 뭘 하니. 나 울었었지 많이. 너 없이 난 못 살아. 내게로 돌아와줘. 날 떠나가지. 너 때문에 많이 울었어. 너 때문에 많이 웃었어. 너 때문에 사랑을 믿었어. 너 때문에 모두 다 잃었어. 정말 답답해 갑갑해 막막해. 너 없는 세상이
Love that
내
ad-lib.
말을 씹어놓고 자존심 짓밟아놓고 내 마음 찢어놓고 왜 나를 떠나가. 아직도 나 그대를 잊지 못해.
Oh, did I not stop in time? Okay. All right. Very cool. This was Because of You. Very nice. Very nice. Also, shout outs to After School Craze for the video. I did find it funny that they put HD even though I could have cranked it up. Damn. I'm an idiot. Anyway, this was very interesting. Definitely I would say the most different from the songs that we've listened to. I was gonna say it's not in HD, but then I realized that I could have just changed the quality. Who knows? I'm curious if it. I'm curious if it made that much of a difference, though. That's a little better. Okay, not by much though. I'll still die on that hill. But anyway, um, this was very interesting. I will say, at least song wise, this was definitely the strongest so far. I really liked that like piano section that they were using. Whoever is doing the piano work did a great job. I feel like it's got this beautiful melody choice, and then I think it also meshes really well with their vocals. But I think what was most interesting about this song was that a lot of their a lot of their music, at least especially the first two songs, definitely pull from that more electronic, a lot of synth heavy music, and I felt like this one was quite a departure from that, but I do feel like they still brought a lot of the electronic elements in a different way. Like I think there was definitely a lot more like in terms of electronic elements. It was interesting how they kind of made this like auto tune vocal part more of a like a musical feature as opposed to like having it thrown in there, or like obviously cranking the auto tune. I feel like it had just enough where I was like I could hear that there was definitely auto tune, but I didn't feel like it was like T-Pain levels of auto tune, which I feel like is the I feel like is the echelon of if you really just want to max out auto tune. I feel like that's the go to for most people. Um but I do feel like this was very good, and I normally am not too big of a fan of like a uh more direct way of using auto tune, but I felt like this was used very nicely. I think it was actually used for more of a melodic purpose and not necessarily like, oh well, we're trying to voice correct them, or we're trying to make their voices sound more on point in terms of the melody. I think they obviously know that they can sing, so I feel like it was more of a stylistic approach, which I appreciate. um I will say that this chorus is a banger. I really love the chorus of this song. That was kind of, to me, the major foothold in this song, where I was like, damn, every time the chorus came back, I was like, this is so good. Like, the melody's great. I think it's memorable. I love, like, a lot of the ensemble vocals. I think that just that the main focus of that part of the song really lands super well, even after this amount of time. I still feel like that holds up super well. Um, as well as that, I liked whoever was doing the vocal pop offs. I'm pretty sure it's whoever had this like bob haircut here. Um they crushed it. I don't know who it is. If it's who Connie had mentioned before, then I'll that might be my bias, um but I did enjoy it. If it's Jung-ah, then I'll be stoked. If it's not, then it's okay. I'll just find another member to you know be be immersed in. So very nice. Let's see. Connie says Rainia and Jungha on the vocals. Well, listen, I feel like I may have found the bias here for sure. So I appreciate it. But yeah, this was good. I think, to me, again, probably one of the stronger songs that we've listened to from After School. Obviously, we have much more to go through, but I felt like at this current time, I feel like this one still holds up pretty damn well in my opinion as well. So this was good. Uh Kaylee says it's okay. It gives you an experience an experience of it. That's true. I did notice that, like, and again, it's probably just because it is older and it was on YouTube, I'm sure, at some point. But the 240, the 144, the 240, the 480 PP, like, oh, that is a time. That is a time period for sure. Gunky says it gives you the experience of old video quality. That is true. That's true. Connie says the piano played by one of the members, Yui. Very nice. She did incredible. She's a very good piano player. So very nice. Gunky says I agree. The chorus is great. Very nice. We love to see it. Sonja, hello. We are doing After School and the subsequent uh subunits. So I just put orange caramel because I feel like a lot of people loved orange caramel. So very nice. Um, very interesting. Good stuff. Like I said, so far I haven't had like one where I've been like, I feel like they've all been very good. Which I think is a testament to really good songwriting. So very nice. We're gonna keep it moving though. The next one we've got is Bang. So listen, with a track title of that name, this has got to be a strong song. I feel so. Let's check it out.
Hey, do you know about the girl's world? What? What you get? It's just like.
Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Huh. Okay. Interesting pre-chorus build. Is it a bridge? Wow. All right. All right. All right. All right. Very cool. This was After School's song Bang. If you're joining us for the After School Orange Caramel deep dive, thanks for hanging. Thanks for chilling. All right. Couple comments here. I saw some. I was stoked. Connie says this one is in all caps iconic. Very nice. Biscuit says very. Sarah says so iconic. Uni says, "Oh, I have actually heard this one before." Connie says, I love the concept of this MV, crazy vocals. I would agree, especially in that bridge section. That was chef's kiss. I love that. Gunky says, sadly, I don't like this song except for the slower part. That, I could see that. I could see that. I could see that. I feel like I'm starting to, I feel like over time, just because I know people that have been in chat for a bit, I could start to pick out certain things that I feel like people like and dislike about songs. So it is interesting. Um, will that help me out in future videos? I don't know, but I'm sure we'll find out eventually. But I thought this was good. I definitely enjoyed it. I loved like the marching band. Not only I feel like aesthetic in the song, but I feel like the way that they utilized it in this track. Like I don't know. Like I was never in marching band, but I do love like just like the way that they incorporated the drums in that section. I still feel like holds up super well. And I do feel like I know typically you shouldn't say things that are timeless in music, but I do feel like that generally is still holds up. You know what I mean? I still feel like after this time, the drum trails and stuff is just so iconic, and I feel like regardless of what song we're talking about, I still feel like it holds up very well. So I love that. I think they incorporated it very well, obviously with more of a kind of, I guess, cheer squad sort of concept here. I thought that was very fun. The vocals were really cool. I like that there is more of a focus on ensemble vocals, especially again having such a like large chorus and stuff, and like having those sorts of again marching band aesthetics in the song, and instrumentally as well. I do feel like they played into that super nicely. I would also agree with Connie. I loved some of the crazy vocals, again, more specifically in that bridge. But I do feel like this is a very catchy song. Like it would be interesting to. I don't know if I don't know if this song. I guess I'm curious if newer groups would ever do a like cover of this song. I'd be curious to hear what it would sound like in more of a modern frame. But I do appreciate its stylistic choice. Like I said, I think it's one of those songs that I'm like was like, okay, this definitely feels like an iconic song. So I thought that was cool. So Alex says, thank you for hanging. 17 has done a cover. Oh, back in 2015 though. Okay, that makes sense. That's still really cool. I'm curious if it gets that's still, I guess, more more modern. 2015 was, I mean, that was a decade ago, which is insane to say, but still very neat. So Connie said so many groups had covered the song. That makes sense. TWS did a cover as well. Ooh, okay, very nice. It seems like, again, on a list of which we have kind of compiled a list of most iconic K-pop songs. Again, without probably knowing this group, I wouldn't even be surprised that this would be on top, on the list of most iconic K-pop songs for sure. So, Sarah says within the last 6 months ish. Very nice, very nice. Alex says some of the members of After School performed this song in a special show like 3 years ago as well. Ooh, very nice, very nice. Thanks for the info, Alex. Appreciate it. DKB did it in 2023, excuse me, on the program Peak Time. Ooh, very nice, very nice. But yeah, I enjoy this. I did have a funny tidbit. So the song itself was very good, but I was like low key trying to figure out, like, I'm like, wow, this drum line or this section reminds me of something, and I was like, what does it remind me of? And I'm like, no, it can't remind me. It just reminds me of fucking the song My Humps, like I don't know why, but like I guess maybe it's just the rhythm, but I like was like, no, these two songs should be mixed together, but I just was like, what the fuck? Like, why did I have to think you? Oh, I'm sorry. Listen, I I should probably shouldn't have gone there, but you know, now chat will not be able to unhear it now. I love that. I love that. That might be that might be a cursed thing to say, but that's great. I feel like for people to laugh at it in chat, it has to be close. Normally, I feel like people would tell me if I'm not close at all, but for people to be laughing or saying like, "Oh shit," now y'all can't unhear it. So I love that. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Genuinely, I'm genuinely sorry. Yes, I'm laughing in chat's face. I'm sorry. Um, we'll move on now to to not awaken or disrupt the crowd here, but we are going to keep it moving. The next one is Love, Love, Love. So I'm not feeling that right now, but maybe after this song's over I might. But let's check it out.
첫 번째 소식입니다. 서울 하늘에는 불꽃놀이가 한창입니다. 자세한 소식 전해드립니다.
Oh, we capped out at 480, guys. I can't do anymore. We're at the highest setting.
우리
Polo, I am not doing requests tonight, unfortunately.
그만하자.
Apologies. Key change? Nice. Aw, very nice. All right, this was After School and their song Love, Love, Love. Very nice, very nice. A couple comments here. Also, I wanted to upvote Kaylee's comment. Yeah, Polo, if you want to share it in Discord, feel free to. We'd love to check it out. So, Connie says, I don't remember this one. Ooh. And they also said, Nana is so pretty. Oh my God. Very nice. I enjoyed this. This was very nice. I don't know if this, I mean, I guess it would be considered like a holiday song, I would imagine. It definitely is very holiday coded. But I enjoyed this. I feel like there has very rarely, if not for the most part, I feel like I have enjoyed a lot of the like holiday coded songs. That I feel like most K-pop groups, and I'd be very remiss to find out if there was a holiday song that I did not like in K-pop. Um, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I definitely liked a lot of like the sleigh bells, like the way that they use like the melody choice that I feel like they used is very typical of like that holiday sound. Like it definitely has like a very, a holiday theme around it. And obviously, like in terms of the MV2, you've got like the snowflakes, you've got like the white, like, speaking about love is mostly talked about in like the holiday season, in my opinion. So it was cool to see. I don't know if this is technically a holiday song or not, but I'm gonna quantify that. I feel like it is. But I enjoy this. I think the melody choice again was great. The vocals were phenomenal. I feel like this has probably been, at least to up to this point, has been the song with the most amount of vocals, and I feel like all of them sound incredible. I think the ensemble vocals were really great. Um, I also feel like all of them individually, you could really tell like a lot more definition as well. So I love that. I love that there's a lot of variation, and even considering how old the song is, I still feel like there's such a good knowledge of melody, as well as I think the vocals on this were just exceptional. So I really enjoyed that a lot for the song, and it just got a good hook. I think again after this time, I think it's really remained super strong. I think if this was to come out like again, maybe production, remixed or remastered or both, like I feel like the song could definitely be in a more modern cycle of music and still really do well in my opinion. So that is really cool. So I enjoyed this a lot. I think this would probably be amongst my favorites in terms of songs that we've listened to from After School so far. It just felt very memorable and really warm and inviting, and I appreciate that a lot. So very cool. I am also curious if chat knows if, I know obviously the members have kind of come and gone, but I'm curious if there's really any of the members in After School, if they're still doing like solo material or if they're still in K-pop or doing something like that. I don't know if anybody in chat has talked about that, but I'm curious if there's still members doing, making music or not, in the K-pop world now. So Kaylee says this is one of the few songs of theirs that I do know. Very nice. Sancha says, was this a holiday song? It has that feel. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. And it looks like we got our answer, Sonja. It's from the winter special album Happy Plettis' first birthday. Ooh, very nice. Gunky says a bad K-pop holiday song is anytime they cover a Mariah Carey Christmas song. That's listen. Mariah Carey gets shade for good reason, and I feel like that song is, I feel like it is rough. And again, no shade to Mariah Carey. She got the bag certainly with that song, but that one is one of those, the one where you grin and bear it, I feel a little bit. So Connie says yes, Nana released a song recently. Ooh, okay, we'll have to check it out at some point. That'd be fun. I'd be curious to see what she's making now. Son just says, all joking aside, this song was nice, very nice. Okay, cool. Glad people enjoyed it. All right, well, we're keeping it moving. The next one is Shampoo. So let's check it out. I hope they have a follow-up song called Conditioner, but sorry, that's bad joke. It's a B-side. Ooh, cool synth. I love that descending piano melody. That's cool. Very nice. pause there.
감싸줄
Okay.
수 있어 거울도 너를 보지 못하게 하얀 거품들로 네 온몸을 다 감싸버릴 거야 아무도 너를 잊지 못하게 너를 묻혀줄 거야 내 향기는 지울 수 없을걸 처음 널 봤을 때 너에게 풍기는 향기가 너무 싫었어 지금까진 다 잊어 이제 내 향기만 묻힐래 입술에 사랑을 얘기할 땐 그땐 우리 사랑은 DM 네가 내게 빠졌을 땐 그땐 1초도 너무 길어 틱톡 틱톡 위톡 우리 시간만 자꾸 흐르고 내 가슴이 터질 것만 같아 나 이런 미워 혹시 너 별별별 이유로 나를 슬프게 하며 너의 눈을 따갑게 할 거야 하지만 별별별 이유로 나를 기쁘게 하면 온몸을 다 감싸줄 수 있어 매일 매일 기다려 이 순간을 사랑해 네 손길이 닿으면 우린 다시 판타지 너의 바람이 분다면 나는 바람에 날려가 눈물에 씻겨가 네 가슴을 뚫려가 네 향기가 될 거야 뻔한 향기는 goodbye 뻔한 사랑도 goodbye 내 향기만 영원히 혹시 넌 나를 아프게 하면 나를 슬프게 하면 너의 눈을 따갑게 할 거야 아무도 너를 갖지 못하게 나를 묻혀둘 거야 내 향기는 지울 수 없을걸 혹시 넌 나를 아프게 하면 나를 슬프게 하면 너의 눈을 따갑게 할 거야 아무도 너를 갖지 못하게 나를 묻혀둘 거야 내 향기는 지울 수 없을걸 하지만 별별별 이유로 나를 기쁘게 하면 온몸을 다 감싸줄 수 있어 거울도 너를 보지 못하게 하얀 거품들로 네 온몸을 다 감싸버릴 거야
All right. Very cool. This was After School and their song Shampoo. Very nice. Some comments here. Connie said, my favorite song. This is one of my K-pop fave intros in K-pop. Very nice. Sarah says, I also work out in full sequin shorts. Who doesn't? Sounds like the pinnacle cover. Gagi said this song is so good. And Sun just says this vocals are so good, great harmonies. I also agree. This is okay. This is quite the conundrum, at least for songs. I feel that I was surprised at the length of this song being like just under 6 minutes long. Um, that is an interesting thing. I don't I I can't even think probably off the top of my head if there has been a K-pop song to this length. Um, which is very interesting in that aspect because I feel like we talk about how short K-pop songs are, and this one is at least two K-pop song lengths in current term um, music right now. But that was very nice. I will agree with Sonja. The vocals on this were really great. They had great harmony choice as well too, which I do feel like adds to that context of the song. I really love the chorus. I feel like that's definitely one of the more shining stars on this song, certainly. But I definitely felt like with this track there was a good mix of everything. Like I think they definitely highlighted like some of the rapping sections really well. I think the vocals were also really good, as I mentioned before. But I think there was a good kind of combination of that, and I do feel like it is I do feel like it is very interesting to kind of have that sort of thought process as well. And I think they did a great job with like the bridge section as well of the song. Again, I think it is very well orchestrated, and I think when you have a song that is on the longer side, certainly it is, I feel like you have to be thinking about, okay, is this gonna garner people's attention? Again, maybe during that time period, because again, this came out in 2011. You have to figure, okay, are people's attention spans at that time probably were a little bit better than they are now, certainly. So I do think that there was much more of a thought process on keeping that engagement in the song, and I think they do a really good job of it. There was definitely some moments where I was like, okay, like I was maybe expecting certain things in the song, but again, that's maybe just because I'm looking at it from more of a modern lens and not maybe necessarily of the time. But there is definitely some parts of the song where I was like, oh, they could have trimmed the fat a little bit. But I think that's kind of the magic of this song, is like it tells a story. Obviously, this says to be continued in the bottom right hand corner of the MV. So, I think there is much more of attention to detail in terms of, these songs and MVs are about crafting a storyline and really kind of finding a niche between that. So I appreciate it for what it is now. I'm sure people appreciated it when it originally came out, but I enjoyed this. I thought this was very, very good. Um, is it my favorite song from After School as of currently right now? I would probably put it close, but I want to definitely give some other songs, which we will check out more of a listen. But I will agree with also Connie as well. The intro of the song was really, really good, and I thought maybe the song's energy was gonna kind of keep along the same tracks as that, but it was still very good. So, Gungi says they barely know how to make long songs anymore. That's fair enough. Connie says I miss long songs, and Boa has a song that is 6 minutes and 32 seconds long. That is crazy. I feel like for K-pop standards, like obviously I listen to like heavier, I come from a heavier background, so like a 6 minute song, 6.5 minute song isn't that crazy, or a 6 minute song isn't that crazy in like the prog aisle of music, but it is interesting to see people's commentary on that. But yeah, I enjoyed this. This is a very good song, very fun. I would go back and listen to this one for sure. So, all right. Well, we're moving it on, which is kind of a continuation, which is the next song on the MV playlist, and that is Let's Step Up. So let's check it out. Oh, it's a short one. Interesting.
Are you ready?
What? choreography goes crazy. Wow. The synth in this section is wild.
Everybody move, stop, no way. 우리는 절대 never 지쳐. After school play girls and boys. This sounded 미쳐, 미쳐. Stop, no way. 다 벌써 빠져버렸어, okay. This way. You know what it is. Yes, it's back.
Wow. All right. This was After School Let's Step Up. This was wild. I enjoyed it a lot. Holy shit. Sarah says this is the intro for this album, but the MV is iconic. Fair enough. I'm glad you included it because I feel like I would have missed out otherwise. So Connie says, oh yeah, I remember this one, iconic for sure. Andy says, ooh. Alex, back-to-back comments. They said that they always had a unique concept. This group is Plez's biggest fumble for sure, and they fumbled a lot of that's true. That's true. Senja says, I don't remember this. Very cool. Very interesting. They could have had Alex says they could have been so much bigger with better management. Fair enough. Rudy says, well, that was unexpected. Very cool. I agree. Andy says, I would love to see a live performance of this. Did they perform it live? And Gunky says, it was so cool. Very nice. I think for me, this was also very cool. Obviously, like, I could probably talk in circles about it a little bit. Choreography was awesome. I love that they incorporated like a little bit of that like stomping like technique into not only I think the choreography but also in the song. I feel like that was very intentional and they did a great job of like reading the song very well. I also loved a lot of the ensemble vocals, as I mentioned. I have been mentioning a lot, but I do feel like they do it really well. And again, it kind of playing off their concept of being after school. I do feel like it definitely like rendered a lot of like things that I think about when I see like school like movies. Like obviously I know I've memed about like High School Musical before, but I feel like again like that type of concept of like, or Glee, you know, the TV show, like I feel like in that sort of concept of like, wow, it is very interesting to see that sort of like conceptualization in this type of music. And not to say that they're certainly the only group to do it, but I think it's very intentional and very methodical in the way that they approach it. So I'm glad that they are thinking about it in like more of a 4D chess way, as opposed to just being like, okay, yeah, we can throw like elements of it. It does feel very much in that aspect. And especially again, I assume they're performing this in like some sort of auditorium, or maybe potentially not, but it feels very, you know, a stage set up like an auditorium. So I think that they're really thinking about it from all different perspectives. Not only I think the musicality of the group, but I also feel like a lot of their MVs, you know, play to that strength certainly. So I really like that. And I like the swap between like they had black and white outfits, and then obviously the red shoes seem to be the very tie-in of that. I thought that was a cool kind of color coordination as well. It has nothing to do with kind of like the thoughts on the music wise, but I definitely appreciate it a lot. So this was cool. This is a very interesting intro. Sunja says tap dancing. That's the word. My brain was not cooking tonight. Alex says even the red shoes highlighted the choreo very nicely. I also agree. So very nice. I'm glad Sarah included this because I feel like I would have missed out certainly. So, all right, we're moving it on. The next one is Flashback. So let's check it out.
I can break 내 마음을
Ooh, nice halftime.
Take a pose.
Very dubsteppy. All right.
I'm in fight. Coming from my heart now. Coming from my heart. Baby, boy, I miss you. Baby, boy, need no 믿길 바래. Boy, I miss you. Baby, yeah. 나를 바라봐. 내게 다가와.
My God. Somebody should have put. I'm not gonna lie. This this section here, they should have put. They should have put "you died." Oh my God. Anyway, that was a terrible video game reference. This is after school's flashback. You're hanging out for the after school / orange caramel deep dive. Appreciate you. Very nice, very nice. I enjoyed this. This was very good. This is very good. I was vibing. Um, let's see. I got a couple comments here. Sarah says they're serving. Agreed. Connie says the walk is everything. I agree as well. Sarah also says the dubstep breakdown is so this era. Also would agree. Alex says 17 has covered this song. They were trainees when After School was still active, so they admired them a lot. Sungkwan especially was a big fan. Oh, that is Sungkwan is sick. So shout out to him. But that's also very interesting. I didn't know there were so many 17 After School like crossover moments here. So we'll have to do it. Sarah says I've been shot. Love it. Sonja says the shoes, my feet hurt just watching them. They mastered the strut though. I bet their stage presence was insane. I also agree. That was my thoughts too. Gunky says Brandon is having flashbacks now. I'm just having the "you died" meme. It's stuck in my head. Connie says Rainia again with the crazy high notes. Yeah, she's incredible. I feel like her and Jung Ah are probably my two favorites so far in this group. But this was great. This was like I would like to say that I feel like this one holds up. Like obviously there are some things that I feel that obviously the dubstep breakdown again can be a little cliche, but I feel like be given the time period cuz this came out 13 years ago. July 19th of 2012. I mean, so I'm not really surprised, but I do feel like you could definitely tell there are some elements of the song that feel very much of that time period. But I also think, you can't override good writing, and I feel like this song definitely has great hooks. I think the chorus is incredible in this track. I think the choreography / the struts and the walking going on in this MV, I think they absolutely nailed it. Like definitely some of those moments feel as very, very like badass, and I appreciate that. But also vocally, I think they've just been so nuanced. There's been some songs where I feel like they've kind of been a little bit more tamer, I guess, in some aspects. And then there's songs like these where they just like blow the roof off the door, or blow the roof off the house, excuse me. So I definitely feel like they have those elements where they're very controlled in the way that they approach songs, but I also feel very equally that they have songs where they're just like, hey, we have moments where we can just really shine with our really great vocal talent. And I think this is definitely one of those songs where I was like, I kind of made some faces and was like, wow, holy shit, this is awesome. This is so good. But yeah, I enjoyed this a lot. I am very curious. I'm going to probably look for this off camera here, but I am very curious if this came out around the same time as another song, because it was in that era. So no, it didn't. Okay, I guess kind of. It kind of was giving me some moments of like, again, I know this song probably gets memed, but it's a fucking good song. I immediately thought synth-wise kind of in a similar vein as like Ring Ding Dong by Shiny. Shout out to another classic group. But like that was my other thought, like just trying to put my two like brain cells together. I was like, wow, this kind of like not exactly the same, but definitely similar vein. But that came out in 2009 and this came out in 2012. So I guess, you know, same ballpark. So, but yeah, I enjoyed this a lot. This is fire. Say, um, Alex said some after school members were judges in 17's debut show. Oh, very nice. There's a lot of Pledis lore. I think 17 were also backup dancers for some of their music show lives as well. Oh, wow. Very cool. This group was so good. Every individual member is so talented. I was so sad when they stopped promoting. They didn't even disband them officially. They just disappeared. Oh, oof. That's so rough. Connie says, Ring Ding Dong, my favorite song is, listen, I remember giving it a lot of shit, but now I like I said, a list of iconic K-pop songs. It's one of those earwormy songs that is just like, holy shit, like it's still so good. And I've listened to it recently. I've still uttered like, wow, this is still very good, even though like I could understand if people don't like it, but man, I'm such a Ring Ding Dong fan. I love it. Andy says, I see it. Hey, let's go. All right. Well, we'll keep it moving here. The next one we've got is, it looks like it is First Love. So let's check it out. Biscuit says Ring Ding Dong is a bop. I agree.
Come on.
Let's go. 그때 참 어렸죠. 나는 너만 보였죠. 아무것도 필요 없어 함께 할 수 있다면 참 많이도 싸웠죠. 별거 아닌 것들로 돌이켜 생각해보면 난 웃음만 나와요. 가끔 네 소식이 궁금해 죽을 것 같지만 이제야 어쩔 수 없는 그런 사이잖아요. 가끔 네 생각이 떠올라 너무 보고 싶지만 그냥 묻어둘래요. 아름다운 기억으로 첫사랑 잊을 수 없는 내 사랑 매일이 아픈 건가요. 너만 기억하면요. 첫사랑 소리쳐 불러 애절한 이 목소리가 너에게 닿을 수 있을 때까지 언제나 여보세요 이 한마디가 어려워 전화조차 걸지 못해 미안해요 더 잘해주지 못해 그때가 너무 안타까워 더는 안길 수 없겠죠 꿈속에서조차 다시 아프지 말고 행복해 그댈 위해 내 기도할게 지나간 추억이 아른거려 아무것도 할 수 없잖아 왜 이리 바보 같은지 내 모습이 첫사랑 잊을 수 없는 내 사랑 매일이 아픈 건가요 너만 기억하면요 첫사랑 소리쳐 불러 애절한 이 목소리가 너에게 닿을 수 있을 때까지 언제나 감아봐 지금 이 순간 눈물이 흘러 이 순간 왜 이렇게 한심하게 아직 너를 잊지 못하고 어쩔 수 없이 행복하게 빌게요
All right, very interesting. This was After School and their song First Love. If you're hanging out, thank you for hanging. Some comments here. Connie says, "Yo, this one is very iconic." Biscuit says, "First Love." Connie says, "This is my third favorite song." Very nice from them. Biscuit said, "My song, A, let's go." Sarah says, "This is just so impressive singing and the core strength to pole dance at the same time. Same time, are you kidding me?" I also agree. So just says, "Pole dancing is so hard. They are so talented." I also agree. Alex says they sang live on those poles during music show. Oh my god! Talk about stability and stamina. Very interesting. He says that song was just not for me. Fair enough. Fair enough. Alex is another iconic song. The pole dancing was so controversial at the time. K's net were uh, clutching their pearls over this. I could see that. I could see that. I could also see, and maybe chat can answer me. It did not look like they were real tattoos. I would be surprised if they were. Uh, just because I feel like tattoos, I feel like are, especially in Korea, I know are, uh, frowned upon. I While I will say actually in current time in 2025, they've actually approved for like tattooing to happen in Korea now. They just passed like a legislative thing for that, not to get slightly political, but I thought that was really cool. So I'm glad that tattoo artists in Korea are going to be able to tattoo and not be shunned. So I appreciate that. That's awesome. Um, but besides the point, I definitely appreciate this song. I think the magic of this song is obviously the MV. There, as chat has mentioned a couple of times, their core strength is incredible, and I felt like I can barely sit and talk, and they are pole dancing and singing, and they've performed this live with the poles. Again per Alex in chat. So I feel like, I couldn't speak on that certainly, but I think that that's impressive just in and of itself. And that's not even talking about the song itself. The song itself was very good. I did enjoy it. I think the vocals were really sweet for, again, for a concept to be a little bit more, a little sexier. I feel like their vocals are really soft and like melodic in a beautiful way. So I feel like that contrast of visually seeing something like that versus like I feel like that was very interesting. Um, but yeah, overall, I thought this was a very solid song. I definitely liked the chorus a ton. I think the chorus in the song was really, really good. I've traditionally felt like a lot of these songs, chorus wise, have been really good. So I'll still stand on that business that I feel like their choruses have been really good. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed this a lot. I was kind of maybe, again, and this is just me probably being a little bit odd, but I will say at least from like the final chorus, I thought there was going to be a little bit of pop off vocals, but I can imagine again the MV and the little bit more stress on that vocally. I feel like it wasn't something I should expect, but I definitely feel like the choreography absolutely made up for maybe some of the parts where I was like, ooh, maybe it could have had like a vocal pop off moment here, or like could have done something differently there. I think obviously visualizing it, I thought was very cool too. So, um, very interesting, very interesting. Uh, let's see. Sarah says maybe not on the iconic songs list, but definitely a song everyone who was into K-pop at the time knows. Fair enough. Fair enough. Alex says at the time there's so many songs and dances that would get censored, especially for female singers. They would have to alter choreo for music shows. That makes sense. Biscuit says no, they were to cover their bruises from the pole. Oh, wow. Okay, that would make sense. That would make sense. They did a good job for that, but that would also make a lot of sense. I've never seen it, but I've never personally done pole dancing or know anybody that has, but that would absolutely make sense if they have pretty big bruises, then it would make sense to cover them up slightly. So Alex says got into K-pop in the middle of second gen, so this it's very nostalgic getting reminded of these groups. I I always find it interesting, and I think it's probably one of the reasons why I love doing these live too. Is just like I appreciate the commentary first and foremost. I feel like the show is more of a discussion and not necessarily me giving my spiel, even though I do either way. But I'm always very curious to pick like people who have been into K-pop for a long time, just because again, as someone who is more newer to the fold and like kind of varying between different generations of K-pop, um, I'm always very curious to see how people feel about like modern K-pop versus like like second gen, like first second gen groups, and then vice versa, where like I feel like I got into K-pop in like maybe late fourth gen, early fifth gen, kind of, I guess, in some places, and it's cool to see like my thought process change about second gen groups, or you know even third gen groups to some degree, and I love that because I think it's just like a learning experience. And some of these songs are very classic, so it is cool to appreciate appreciate the classics, for a good reason. So very cool. So I appreciate everybody's commentary on this. It's always a delight. So all right, well, we'll keep it moving. This next one, I have no idea what it is, but it looks like it is an important song to add to the track listing here. So let's keep it moving.
Third project, After School, and Brave Sound.
Week.
It's
Okay,
been a
thank
long
you,
time, we back together again with a fresh track for y'all, for all y'all. And it goes a little something like this. Let's go.
Who did the intro?
일주일이 지났어
Oh, Brave Brothers. Okay, makes sense.
월요일 오늘 너와 헤어졌어 화요일 하루가 1년 같아 수요일 전화가 오지 않아 목요일 조금씩 불안해지네 너는 잘 지내니 말해버리고 행복하니
All right, very cool. This one is called Week from After School. Very nice. Sarah says Brave Brothers love to talk at the beginning of his songs. I think we have listened to another song of his, and or another intro, and it makes sense now. Completely forgot about that, so that's hilarious. Um, I I enjoyed this. This I don't feel like is going crazy, but I definitely feel like it is a extremely well written song. I loved especially at the beginning in that first verse. There's like a little bit of like violin, and I think it just was so beautiful in that song. I would have loved to kind of have it pervade through the song a little bit more, but I definitely enjoyed that element of the song. I feel like it was something of a focal point in that part of the song, so I appreciate it. The vocals were exceptional as well as the song. I feel like again, I've said that a lot about their vocals, but I really do uh love I really do love this one. I think vocally it's very strong. Um, Again, it does have a just they've just got a mastery in terms of like really good hooks, and I think this one was another one where I was like, damn, like this isn't doing anything like instrumentally crazy or anything, but just like if you really want a well written song, I think this was definitely one of those ones where I was like, ooh, this is just well crafted, you know. I love the piano work as well. Piano work was incredible. uh I am not entirely sure if UA did the piano work for this, but if they did, shout outs to them. They're an incredible piano player. Um, but I thought this was very nice. This is a gorgeous song. I think it would, or I'm not sure if this would be considered underrated in their discography, but I would probably say so. It's not like one of those ones where I feel like it is going crazy, but or like one of those iconic lists of songs. But I think it is one of those ones that just as soon as I listened to it, I was like, wow, this just sounds great. So definitely enjoyed this. No Santa says, how dare you guys? Oh boy. What shit did we stir up, No Santa? If you would like to continue your commentary, I'm curious what you mean by that. Kaylee says, okay, I'm back. My dorm hall just had fire drill for oh god. Well, glad you're back, Kaylee. Hopefully nothing serious happened. So very nice, very nice. We're keeping this train moving. The next one we've got is After School Red. So we're finally getting into the subunit stuff. So let's check this first one out. This one is Night Sky. Thank you, Sarah.
After school.
Don't wanna love you again.
Nope.
싫다고 할 땐 언제고 이제와 자꾸 내게 왜 이래 baby 잊을만 하면 전화를 걸어 내 손을
Auto-tune's
쥐지
back.
않았는데 baby 웃기지 마라 예전에는 들렸지만 이제는 달러 다 알아 갖고 놀지 마 어디 한번 두고 봐너 없이도 잘 지낼 거야 거야 내게 말 걸지 마 절대 울지 않아 두번 다시 널 보지 않겠다고
Who's doing the ad-libbing in the back?
난 몰래 휘적휘적 울다가 마음에 뚜벅뚜벅 길을 걷다가 네 생각에 또 갑자기 환영받아 욕하고 싶지만 그래봤자 내 입만 아픈 너는 꼭 필요할 때만 날 찾아 이제 내 인생에서 좀 빠져 넌 뻔뻔해 거짓말은 또 뻔해 속아진 것도 한두 번 너를 잊은 지 이미 오래전 Go your way, I'ma go my way Live your life, I'ma live my life 예전에는 들렸지만 이제는 달러 다 뚜벅뚜벅 길을 걷다가 네 생각은 또 갑자기 환영받아 욕하고 싶지만 그래봤자 내 입만 아픈걸.
All right. Well, this was After School Red and their song Night Sky. If you were joining for the After School Orange Caramel Deep Dive, thank you. Appreciate you. Uh, Kaylee says no, they just wanted to do room checks and they could during that time. That's fair. Okay. Glad you're back. I don't know how I feel about this one. This one is probably one of those ones where I am a little mixed. I definitely did not. I definitely did not like whoever is doing like the ad lib sections. Um, I I don't know who's doing the male vocals in that section. It just doesn't work in my opinion. I do not like it. I think that has aged poorly. Um, it just takes me out of the song, right? Like I think it's giving like a Korean version of like DJ Khaled, but like if DJ Khaled had like more vocal sections to add to a song. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like it just didn't work and they just kept adding more into the song where I was just like the song itself is not bad. Like I think the vocals are really good. I think it's catchy. I just feel like that the addition of whoever's doing those male vocal parts it just aren't working. I don't know what they were thinking during that time. Maybe it was good during that time, but I genuinely feel like that just took the song in a bad direction for me, and I just didn't feel like I enjoyed it as it kind of progressed. So in that aspect, I think I enjoyed a majority of the song. I just feel like that whole thing kind of ruined it for me, in my opinion. If there's a way to listen to this song without those parts in the song, then that would be sick. But yeah, I definitely was not feeling that aspect of it. I also noticed something about this MV that was a little bit interesting. I think it's this section. Okay. I don't get this section. So like it looks like they're like spraying like this is I don't know if this is is this supposed to be water? Because my thought was like, holy shit, this is like gasoline. They're fucking spraying gasoline into the sky as they're like a giant fire pit here. So my brain was like going crazy. I was like, don't do it. But beyond that, I was a little surprised. But overall, I didn't really care for this one. I don't know how people feel about the song. But I personally didn't feel like it was my personal favorite of theirs so far. And I hope that I have some songs from After School Red that I enjoy, but I felt like this one was just not it. So let's see. Let's see what we got here. Andy says, I know the A-lips are trying to be sexy, but they sound more funny to me. I think it was ad libs if I had to guess, but Sarah says that's the first step to arson. Kaylee says gasoline bath. Oh boy. Gunky says who doesn't like to have fun with gasoline. Gunky said this wasn't a song for me either. Very, very, very interesting. Sarah says, oh, that's it. Oh god, there's only one B-side on this album and no other activity. Ooch. Okay, well, sorry, After School Red. This was not good in my opinion. So if people like this, hey, don't take my word for it. I'm some dude on the internet, but you can still have your enjoyment and like the song, but this was just not for me. So, all right. Well, let's keep it moving. The next one we've got is After School Blue, and this is Wonder Boy. So let's check it out. good. I like this. Wow.
아무런 말 안 해도 그냥 손만 잡아도 떨리는 마음 감추고 싶은 거야 이 바보야 모르겠니 아직은 나 지난 사랑에 가끔 힘이 들어 조금 두려워 하지만 이제 네가 지켜줄래 너의 여자친구로 Coming coming come to me 나만의 사랑이 되어줄래 오래 기다려왔던 꼭 숨겨왔던 그 마음 모아 조금 더 다가와 사랑한단 말해줘 너에게 친구로만 남기는 싫어 내 마음을 그렇게도 모르니 그래도 하나만 꼭 기억해 사랑해 내 눈엔 이렇게 너만 보여 저 하늘의 별보다
와우.
제일 빛나는 너를 사랑해 하나만 약속해주겠니 나에게 너와 같은 꿈을 꾸도록 너와 같은 모습을 수 있도록 영원토록 함께할 수 있도록 약속해줘
No, Santa, no. I'm so sorry. I can't wait to get fucking roasted later on in the commentary. Very nice. All right, this was After School Blue Wonder Boy. Thanks for hanging. Very nice, very nice. Let's see what we've got here. Sarah says, "Oh, is this my favorite after school song now?" Ooh, okay. You'll have to let us know. Gunky says, "Now this is a way better song. This is so good. Of course, my favorite color is better." No, it says, "Y'all lucky I got out of class early doing one of my olds the first day I'm gone." Oof, I'm so sorry. Let's see. Now you have the pass to obliterate Brennan as we go. That's rough. All right, you know what? Listen, that's God. And Sarah says, "Okay, I had to double check, but that newest dancing in the MV, very interesting. Instant playlist song. Love the song. Very nice. You can roast me, No Santa. I feel that. Now it makes sense the commentary behind what you were saying. I genuinely feel bad, so I'm apologetic on that. But I love this song. This was probably one of my favorites of tonight. I think this would be a very hard song to beat, in my opinion. Obviously, we have some more music from them in terms of subunit stuff, but this is definitely one of their best songs. 100%. I wouldn't even bat an eye. I definitely like this song way better than Red. No offense, if you like After School Red, hey, your prerogative. But man, this has like vocals insane. I think this song definitely had probably the most insane vocals that we've heard so far. And there have been some songs that have definitely been on the same level, but man, I think the vocals in the song were just absolutely incredible. I loved the like instrumentation of this song. I think it's very like bright, very whimsical, but like in I feel like only a K-pop way. So I've really enjoyed that. Like the orchestral sections, like just the way that the song kind of has like a great swing to it. I feel like they absolutely nailed that. In terms of the musicality, the bridge was insane. I don't know if they did bridge to final chorus. I don't know if they did a key change, but it kind of sounds like either they went up a half step, or they may have committed to the full key change. But I thought that was so cool. And then like the way that they kind of stopped, like they kind of played with like the melody in the final chorus was so cool. And I think just to kind of like put an exclamation mark at the end of the sentence, I think they absolutely did a fantastic job of that. But this was like, this was definitely like one of, if not probably one of the top vocal songs that they've done so far that I've listened to. I was floored from the first note until the last note of the song. So good. This was incredible. Definitely will be listening to this one again for sure. So someone just says good song, good vibe. I also agree as well. So very nice, very nice. Again, no Santa apologies. Hopefully hopefully you do not we do not do another one, but of yours. But we're moving on to Orange Caramel, which according to what Sarah said in our Discord chat, they said, dude, I'm so excited for this. I love After School and Orange Caramel. So very excited to dive into their discography now. So let's check out Magic Girl first. Piano intro.
말랑말랑 내 입술이 젤리 같단 말이니 나 어떡해 살금살금 다가오며 키스하자 졸라대면 어떡해 어쩜 이렇게 딱 맞추니 내가 뭘 원하고 바라는지 마치 마법사같이 요술을 부린 듯이 날 쥐고 흔드는 너 난 몰라 천번만 번 말해줘도 몰라 사랑인지 뭔지 그 심장에
I could try.
다시 궁금해 쏟아내 내 가슴에 불난 듯이 쏟아내줘 책임져 날 책임져 날 이렇게 만든 너
God.
난 몰라 빠졌나봐 달콤한 너의 함정에 죽어도 못 벗어나 난 이제 네 여자야 나나나나나나나나 노래 불러 날 부르면 속처럼 날아와 날 안아줘 사랑에 속삭여줘
Wow. All right. I like this. This was fun. All right. This was Orange Caramel's Magic Girl. If you're hanging out, thank you for chilling. Let's see what we got here. Sarah says, "Get ready for a big pivot with orange caramel." I agree. Gunky says this is going to be fun. Kaylee says in all caps, "Iconic." I would agree. No, Santa says dance video when. I listen. As someone who has said choreography is tough, this one did not seem as unreasonable. I feel like I could learn this one. So we'll see. Maybe something might come out around the audio addiction anniversary. I'll try. But Kuggy says, "How can you not love them?" Agreed. No, it says orange caramel was the first thing in K-pop I found by myself, and probably a good reason why I'm still here. Very nice. That's awesome. Let's see. Connie says that's Minyuk from CN Blue, by the way. That's cool. That's a cool cameo. I love that. Sarah says, "God, I love orange caramel." Guggy says, "I don't know how I'm going to go back to watch Alice in Borderland after watching their MVs and listening to their songs." uh, Sarah says, "Me, Brandon, and Gunky trio for Catalan." Oh God, that would be wild. I'd love that. That would be, honestly, peak. That would be peak. Very nice. Anyway, getting back to the song "Magic Girl," I love this. This was so much fun. I will say, like, the musicality of their song is so much fun. Like, I think that they play with like the major and minor keys very interestingly. I noticed that like in the verses there was like not like a dissonance to it, but there was definitely like a little bit more of a minor sort of tonality to the verses, and I think that contrasts really well with the kind of, again, bright major key vibrance that the chorus brings. I would imagine that's intentional with the writing style, but it just really pops in this song, and I like that. The vocals in this were also really incredible. I think at trios I've tend to enjoy. I big salutes to both salutes to Kala as well as Sally. I've been on the VVZ album kick, their newest album. I've been listening to a bunch, and I feel like, again, another great trio as well. But I just think that this song is just an incredible kind of like song where you can't help but feel engrossed in it. Like we played it, we listened to it. Like, I'm like, if we were to run this song back again and play it again, I wouldn't complain. I would be so for it. So I do feel like there is this like earwormy catchiness that is hard to kind of contextualize in some ways, but it just has this very repeatable quality to it that I appreciate. And even after probably this looks to be about 15 years ago, and it still has a sort of memorability, it still has a catchiness to it. I think that's damn near impressive. So I love it. But yeah, this was phenomenal. I would definitely say, I don't know, I don't want to say this is going to be the best song, but it's definitely going to be a hard one to beat for sure. So very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, we're going to keep it moving. The next one we've got, I don't know the name of this one is, but we're going to check it out. So let's give it a listen. Ing? Okay. Thank you, sir. Oh, we're on the highest quality. Let's go. Ooh, the double bass? What? It's so interesting that fucking double bass on this song.
그대가 툭 넌 맘도 밤새도록 내 맘을 괴롭혀 궁금해 어잉 어잉 생각해 어잉 어잉 예민해 예민해 알러지 같은 내 사랑 얌전하던 날 정신없게 홀짝거리게 아찔하게 짜릿하게 멋지면 나야 잘생기면 나야 징글징글 징글하게 우와 좋았어 미쳐 미쳐 빠져 빠져 온몸이 저려 뼛속까지 저려 찌릿찌릿찌릿하게 우와 어떡해 또 내 맘 집어삼키는 너 날 꼼짝 못하게 해버렸죠 나만의 사랑 남자 중에 남자 어쩜 이래 우와 완벽해 머리부터 발끝까지 내 삶의 보석 내 인생의 기적 오래오래오래도록 우와 영원히 나만 사랑해줘 아이
All right, very cool. That was some more Orange Caramel, and it looks like the song is called "Eyeing." Very nice, very nice. Uh, Connie says, "I love the choreo for this one." I agree. Santa says you'll get 5 pixels and enjoy it. Hey, listen, there was an opportunity in older after school ones where they had HD, so I'm just trying to do it for the people here. Cookie said this song's so good. Alex says another banger. No says it's like listening to an old song on vinyl gives it flavor. I agree. Hey, listen, I grew up in the 480p, dungeon, so I get it. I get it. Alex says Korean variety shows still play this song from time to time. That makes sense. That makes sense. Sonja says it's contagious. Can definitely see it playing in a variety show to hype things up. I would also agree. Alex says to keep after school and 17 lore going, Orange Caramel was the inspiration for BSS subunit. The Sungkwan Hoshi DK were known as the funny guys of SVT pre-debut, and they would cover Orange Caramel a lot, and so the subunit was born. Ooh, wow, that's cool. Guggy says, it's missing in K-pop right now. Fun songs like their songs. At least J-pop still does some fun music similar to this. I feel like I agree and I disagree. I feel that maybe not that I feel like people's like comedy level isn't there, but I feel like maybe there isn't as much I don't know. I feel like there's not enough opportunity for that to happen. I don't mean it in like a disadvantageous way. I just feel that like groups put out a lot of songs as it is, and I just feel like maybe there's just not an opportunity for them to do it. I agree. I love these fun songs, but I don't find that there's maybe an opportunity for like groups to do that, where I feel like the route is almost for it to be done in a more serious manner versus like fun stuff, if that makes sense. But I don't know. I'm a little bit newer, so I feel that maybe that might not have the same resonance, I guess, with some people, but I that's how I view it. Alex's 17's God of Light Music is a song similar to this sound. I do think K-pop has gotten too serious. I agree to some degree. I think there's still humor in it, but it's probably not nearly as much in the forefront. Sarah says everything in K-pop is just so serious, down to coordinated outfits in dance practice instead of whatever shiny was going on in the Lucifer dance practice. That's fair. That's fair. I think there's less, and I mean this in a very nice way. I think there is a less child ness to it. You know what I mean? I think now it's seen as more of a serious business thing, and people don't really associate it with like a fun. I don't want to say a fun environment. I'm sure their groups have fun, plenty of fun, but I do feel that maybe there is less. Again, I'll say it again. I feel like there's less opportunity for that to happen, where maybe previously it did. So I don't know. A lot of these companies and a lot of the group, well, maybe not even necessarily the groups per se, but a lot of the companies that run or manage a lot of these groups or the labels of, they need to make money, right? And so I feel like a lot of the times they're just going to do what is going to produce them the most money, however much releases they need to release every year to keep these people on the payroll is what they got to do. And as someone who has worked behind the scenes in metal, I do feel that I feel that is a very big case. And unfortunately that's it, because something's going to happen where if they misstep, then it's going to go to something else, and there's going to be some other group that they're like, well, if we, instead of putting out this dumb album, goofy album, then they're like, we could sign on another group to debut and then release their music. Right. So it's sad. That's how I view it, but I don't know if everybody else in chat might view it the same way. But that's how I see it. It's a business, unfortunately. But um, wow, I got terribly off topic, but I enjoyed this one a lot. I think this one was incredibly good. I would agree. Excuse me. Very similarly to Sonja's comment, I feel like their songs are so infectious. I feel like they do have this like good hook. They're really memorable in the sense of like they're just so much fun. There's something very light. Something very enticing about their music that I've enjoyed both of these songs from Orange Caramel, and I feel like I would imagine I would enjoy more of their discography as we go on here. But there is just like a really good catchiness, funness, and I think their vocals obviously have held up. They've done such a great job where I know it kind of is like a kitschy sort of thing, but I feel like they still don't lack in the department of like, wow, this is still very incredibly like talented. The vocals are still incredibly on point. They're doing some like good ad-libbings, a little bit of runs. Like it still feels like a full-fledged song, even though like some of maybe the aspects of the MV or like the way that they do things in the song is a little bit more on the goofier side. It's still at the core of it, still a really well written song. I think the vocals are dynamic and fun, but still show off their skills as vocalists. So I'm impressed. I feel like the Orange Caramel stuff so far, I've been shocked by. So I've been enjoying it. So No Santa says young dumb stupid kind of vibe. This young dumb stupid kind of gives this type of vibe. I agree. Alex says, I swear new groups don't debut with cringe concepts anymore. I genuinely miss the time you could tell the group were rookies based on the outfits alone. Fair enough. As something modern, I could see that. I could see that. Connie says, for me, Islet has very fun songs, but I think it has a lot to do with their ages. That's fair. That's fair. Sunja says groups were less invested in breaking into the West before. I also agree with that. Sarah says, I just miss camp. I miss Orange Caramel. I miss Chocokome. That was the other group I was thinking of, but I do like Chocokome as well. Alex says, Momoland tried. Too bad they didn't last long. That's fair. Connie says, yeah, I still can't believe they came back and they sound the same. I think hopefully that is a potential for a resurgence to happen. You never know. I mean, I think people maybe, especially people that enjoy the Chocokome and the Orange Caramel stuff, maybe they are looking for something like, Momoland or maybe another group that might follow in that certain sort of same pathway. So hopefully there is an avenue for, people to do it. But yeah, I enjoy camp. So I feel like this type of stuff is like in that sort of same range, but I enjoy it. So, this was a great song. Another banger in my opinion. So very nice. Alex says BSS is a subunit, is keeping the fun vibes going, but we'll see if other groups venture into fun subunits as well. I hope so as well. Sarah says I have lots of thoughts on why K-pop is so serious now, but that gets into COVID and fandom spaces being invaded by normies, and it's a whole thing. I kind of agree. I kind of can see where you're going, because I feel that and not to tangent it, but y'all know I love to yap. As someone who kind of came into K-pop post COVID, I think for me it's always very interesting to see that, because obviously my partner's been in K-pop for a while, and pre-COVID, and I came into it post-COVID. So, obviously she's not like super, super deep into the fandom. There's certain things that, obviously his loves, and, obviously still loves now, but it is very interesting to kind of pick her mind, and obviously chat's mind on this and stuff. So it's a unique situation, and I think I try to handle it with as much grace as possible, as being someone, again, not as familiar, but I try to show the love on both fronts, where, as someone who's a music reviewer, I try to get my thoughts out there, but I also don't want to feel like people have opinions and they should be spoken about. So it is very interesting. But Kaylee says IDK, I think Boys Planet. Why did I say Boys? that was a brain fart, but I love that. Kaylee says IDK, I think Boys Next Door always has fun, youthful stuff. I agree, which is why I like their stuff. That's fair. Like the brain eating worm, instead of that, it's just Boys Planet is eating my brain slowly. It's coming down the rabbit hole. So Gunky says, well, my one comment sent us down a rabbit hole. I love to see it. We're here for it. Not even a boys band. I'm losing it. Anyway, we're gonna keep it moving before I have the poop is real here. So anyway, we're gonna keep it moving with some more Orange Caramel. Let's check this out. I am shifting into soup mode. It's all right.
남자의 눈동자가 흔들 초에 11번씩 흔들 왜 자꾸 나를 스캔하나요 네 앞에 네 여자가 비틀비틀 Bangkok City I can't stop 나 흔들어봐 그녀 떨어져 나가게 Bangkok City I can't stop 나 흔들어봐 입술이 널 부르게 Tonight 누가 너에게 날 보낸다 키스는 커피처럼 핫 뜨겁게 여전히 네 여자는 goodbye 매트는 필요 없던 눈빛으로 Bangkok City I can't stop 너 흔들어봐 나의 남자도 보낼게 Bangkok City I can't stop 나 흔들어봐 터치가 널 부르게 Tonight 그녀가 점점 더 미쳐간다 우리 눈빛은 익혔다 나의 남자도 점점 더 미쳐간다 미칠 거면 뜨겁게 Tonight 멈출 거면 지금 stop it 느낌은 말이 없어 멜로디엔 관심 없어 키스는 눈빛으로 Bangkok City I can't stop
All right. This was Orange Caramel and their song Bangkok City. Ooh, I went too far back. That's all right. Very good. That's close enough. All right. Very nice, very nice. I enjoyed this. This is also a very good song. I will say this is probably less reliant on the camp of the previous two songs, which is fine. You know, you don't have to do camp for everything, but I did think this was very catchy. The synth and like the melody choice was very good. The the line Bangkok City, I didn't think that was gonna be catchy, but it worked. I like it. Um, I enjoyed this. I don't think it is like I think that I could surmise a lot of Orange Caramel songs to be it's I could surmise a lot of their songs to being very catchy. I think a lot of their songs, regardless of how you feel about their songs, whether you think that they're, you know, a little cheeseball-y or campy in some ways, you know, I think that they still have at the core really good writing. I think the hooks are great. But I don't know. I didn't feel as connected maybe with this song as I felt like maybe the previous two. And that's not to say anything, but I enjoyed this. It was a good vibe, you know. I liked the vocal melodies of the song. Um, but yeah, I didn't think it was. I don't feel like it would have. In my opinion, I don't feel like it would have as much staying power in my songs where I feel like I had more of a visceral reaction and I was like, this is good. It's very well crafted, but I don't feel like this is one of those ones where I'm like, ooh, this is an orange caramel song for me. You know what I mean? Like enjoyable, absolutely. Would I listen to this again? Absolutely. Is it my favorite orange caramel song? Probably not. But overall, I thought this was very solid. I enjoyed this. So um couple comments. Looks like everybody was saying it is Bangkok City. No, Santa says Gangnam Ave or something. Very interesting. Yeah, the soup mode was engaged in the previous song, so I'm glad I've gotten out of there. Gunky says, I bet you can't relate this to Boys Planet, and then Sarah did the dissertation here, which was nuts. I'm not gonna read it, but it was very funny. Um, and Ali says the type of song you play in the car with your friends and then get the aux cord confiscated. Fair enough. Gunky says, I mean, this song is pretty campy, but in a different way. You know, okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I don't feel like I think maybe like instrumentally it could be a little campy, but I didn't mind if that's the case, if that's how you're reading it. I'm curious how you would interpret it to be pretty campy in a different way. So it just says the 1980 fits are so fun. I also agree. I love the fits are on point for this MV. I did enjoy that. All right. Well, we're keeping the orange caramel train moving. The next one we've got is another song in Korean, which I'm sure I'll get the title of in just a moment. So let's keep it going. 80s, okay, 80s can't be that. Okay, I see that. Like song wise, yeah, I could see that. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Sarah says this next one is called Shanghai Romance. Okay, well, let's check it out then.
보이지가 않아 울먹울먹 양천강을 건너가고파도 돈이 없어 힘들어 Baby 내거 해줄 거지 Baby 보고 싶은 내 미마 Baby 샤샤샤 온라인 샹랄라 자꾸 나타나 Baby 샤샤샤 대체 넌 뭐야 훌쩍훌쩍 날 울려 샤샤샤 내 맘 오늘도 두근두근거리게 Baby 샤샤샤 온라인 샹랄라 또도도도도도해 Hey 거기서 투입은 샹하이 boy 왜 내가 눈 떴을 때 보이지 않는 거야 아무 소리 없이 사라진 넌 나빠 넌 내가 아마 처음 느낀 사랑일걸 꿈이지만 난 네거 아무리 보고파도 그게 잘 안 돼 어떻게 해야 해 난 어떻게 잊어야 하나 봐 잊으려 노력해도 그게 잘 안 돼 자꾸 나타나잖아 꿈에 보이잖아 샤샤샤 온라인 샹알라 자꾸 나타나 Baby 샤샤샤 대체 넌 뭐야 훌쩍훌쩍 날 울려 샤샤샤 내 맘 오늘도 두근두근거리게 Baby 샤샤샤 온라인 샹알라
Great ad.
너무나도 도도해
All right, very cool. This was Orange Caramel. Looks like the song was Shanghai Romance. Very nice, very nice. Connie says iconic. Love this one. Gunky says song and outfit. I would assume that's a reference to the former song. Minhyun from Newest on the MV. Hey, let's go. Sarah says this song went mega viral earlier this year. Interesting, interesting. The beehive hats are so funny. I agree, Sarah. And Gunky says, "Gotta love that key change." So then it was a key change. Very nice. I thought maybe I acted prematurely, but looks like it was. So, I really enjoyed this one. I think again, I would couple this with, the previous, the first two songs from Orange Caramel. Definitely more in line with like the similar stylistic choice. But I enjoyed this. This was a really, really, really funny MV. I liked all of the nods to. I don't know if it was necessarily like karate type films. Like I know that they incorporated some like karate esque movements into their choreography, which I thought was fun. I also enjoyed the beehive hats. I thought those were really funny. But I think this song, as campy as it is, and I know I've used that a good bit in Orange Caramel, I still believe that despite these songs being a little bit more on the campier side, I still really think that they're catchy as shit. Like this song is just so much fun, and like you just can't help but just bob your head and just be like, this song's so enjoyable. Like I think like you could play this realistically for like somebody that isn't maybe necessarily familiar with the genre, but like I think there is just like this level of catchiness to this song that maybe I just have more of an appreciation for getting into more of the K-pop stuff. But I don't know, there's just really like this underlying groove to the song, these types of songs that I just really appreciate. And like I don't know, maybe it's kind of a feast or famine situation where you don't hear these types of songs that often. So I think maybe it's just like the newness as well as like just enjoying like the overall vibes of the song, maybe just kind of trick my brain and being like, you probably like this song because it's different. But I genuinely also feel like in the same vein, I think they're very, very well written. I think that does help the overall catchiness of the track. So um, enjoyed that. I also love the ad libbing at that final chorus. Whoever was doing the ad libbing towards the end of the song, they sounded incredible. I'm not really surprised because I feel like After School has some really phenomenal vocalists. So I'm not really surprised that Orange Caramel, especially having 3 members in this subunit, would also be really good. So um, enjoyed this one a lot. Definitely, I don't know. There's gonna be a lot of Orange Caramel favorite songs, so I feel like I have my work cut out for me for sure. So Gunky said these songs are really super catchy, and you can't help but just really like them. I agree. I agree. Um, looks like people were enjoying it in chat as well, so not not surprised, but very nice. We're gonna keep it moving. The next one is, it looks like, Funny Honey is potentially the song. So uh though Santa says it only keeps going up too. Ooh, very nice. Uni says you haven't even gotten to the best songs yet. Oh wow. Okay, so there's some cooking here. Okay, I'm about it. I'm about it. Let's get into the next one then.
I can't let you go. 가슴이 두근두근 난 너 좋아해. 부끄러워 몰라. 정말 나는 몰라. 너에게 반했나 봐. Baby, I just want to say I love you tonight. 날 좀 화가 나죠. 자꾸 떨리는 이런 내 가슴을 어떻게 My funny honey, I love you. 난 정말 너뿐이야. My funny honey, I need you. 널 정말 갖고 싶어. Baby, I love you, need you. 난 정말 너뿐이야. 내게 와, baby, come tonight. I can't let you go. 넌 정말 행운한 걸. 내가 쳤는 걸. 꿈에서도 나와. 지금도 생각나. 난 정말 미치겠어. Baby, I just want to say I love you tonight. 날 좀 화가 나죠. 자꾸 떨리는 이런 내 가슴을 어떻게 My funny honey, I love you. 난 정말 너뿐이야. My funny honey, I need you. 널 정말 갖고 싶어. Let's go. 바보야 날 모르겠니 용기 있게 왜 말 못하니 내 쓸쓸만 다가와줘. One, two, My funny honey, I love you. 난 정말 너뿐이야. My funny honey, I need you. 널 정말 갖고 싶어. My funny honey, I love you. 난 정말 너뿐이야. My funny honey, I need you. 널 정말 갖고 싶어. Baby, I love you, need you. 난 정말 너뿐이야. 내게 와, baby, come tonight. Funny honey.
All right, this was Orange Caramel and their song Funny Honey. Very interesting. The MV was wild. I liked the animation. That was a very funny song. Um, which is in the name, so it makes sense. This was very solid. I feel like this obviously has the strong essence of Orange Caramel. I think it obviously has the goofy nature of the song, but I also feel like, as well as that, I think that is exemplified in the MV of the song. So I appreciate that. Um, this was solid overall. I enjoyed it. The synth choice was really fun. I think that, like I said, there's an underlying catchiness to a lot of these songs, and I feel like the "funny honey" like line sticks out a ton in this song, probably for good reason because it is the name of the song. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed this. This is this is a solid song. Is it my favorite Orange Caramel song? Not really. Did I enjoy it? Yeah. Would I listen to this again? Yeah. Would I go out of my way to listen to it? Probably not, but I liked it. It was a fun journey. I think if anything, like I said, the MV sold me on this one. Because the MV was very funny. And I like the animation style. So very interesting. No Santa says, I've never seen this before, and judging by the view count, not many people have. Oof, that's rough. Okay. Well, that totally makes sense now. But very interesting. All right. Well, we're going to keep it moving. The next one is Lipstick. So let's check it out.
립스틱 스틱 세우고 립스틱 스틱 세우고 진한 눈이 높던지 애인이 있는 건지 살짝 시크해 보여 하나도 관심 없는 척 속이는 거 다 알아 흘리고 다니잖아 어떡하고 나를 빌 것 같아 짜릿짜릿 네 눈빛에 녹을 것 같아 우리 피부가 달콤해 보여 아슬아슬 다가가서 훔치고 싶어 립스틱 스틱 세우고 내 입술에 바르고 잘 다려진 하얀 셔츠 위에 살짝 묻히고 립스틱 스틱 세우고 네 입술에 맞추고 아찔아찔 소스 쇄골 위에 몰래 묻히고 엄마 엄마 몰래 묻히고 엄마 엄마 어쩌다 그리 된 건지 사연이 있는 건지 살짝 화가 나 보여 사실 좀 미안하지만 즐기는 거 다 알아 몰래 웃고 있잖아 촉촉한 눈빛에 빠질 것 같아 찌릿찌릿 네 향기에 취할 것 같아 우유빛 피부가 눈부셔 보여 아슬아슬 다가가서 훔치고 싶어 립스틱 스틱 세우고 내 입술에 바르고 잘 다려진 하얀 셔츠 위에 살짝 묻히고 립스틱 스틱 세우고 네 입술에 맞추고 아찔아찔 소스 쇄골 위에 몰래 묻히고 엄마 엄마 몰래 묻히고 엄마 손 빼지 마 가만히 둘 순 없어 널 이러지 마 오늘 처음 봤잖아 립스틱 스틱 세우고 내 입술에 바르고 잘 다려진 하얀 셔츠 위에 살짝 묻히고 립스틱 스틱 세우고 네 입술에 맞추고 아찔아찔 소스 쇄골 위에 몰래 묻히고 엄마 엄마 몰래 묻히고
All right. Very cool. This was Orange Caramel and their song Lipstick. If you're hanging, thank you for hanging. Appreciate you. Let's see some comments here. Sarah says this might be my favorite orange caramel song. That okay. Makes sense. Dosana says love the bow and plaid outfits. Very nice. Sarah says orange caramel never lacking for cute outfits. Okay, but the beat is giving Mr. Sexo beat. I I can feel that for sure. I enjoyed the song. Very nice. I think that the chorus of this song to me is what stands out the most. I think that the way that they use lipstick, I feel like was very good. I think it's very catchy. It's very memorable. There is this underlying like synth tone that I think is very interesting in the chorus of the song. It kind of has almost, I don't know, it almost has like a theremin quality to it. It's like that da, 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 da. It kind of matches that melody choice similarly to like the other synth in the song, but at like maybe a like lower register in the song. But for whatever reason, it cuts through that song really well. And it was something that I noticed a little bit first chorus, but in the second chorus, I definitely noticed it more. And by the final part of the song, I was like, oh wow, I can really hear it more distinctly. So I like that. I also like their vocals. I feel like I have notated how much I've enjoyed and thought the songs are really catchy, but I genuinely feel like a lot of their melody choices are really incredible too. Like this again, I think the infectiousness of the way that they choose melodies really kind of stand out in like a song like this where I feel like their voices are pushed up a little bit more in the mix, and like the since they're a little bit more bitey, a little bit more like angular in the way that they're placed in these songs. I do feel like their voices kind of have more of an emphasis in that part of the song, so I appreciate that a lot. I think it again goes to how well some of the songwriting is for these songs. But I really enjoy this. I would say this is amongst the favorites for sure. I think there is again an overall catchiness, and I think that's I could speak about that generally speaking. But yeah, I thought this was very nice. I enjoyed this very much. So I would probably put this amongst my favorites as well. So great track. Also enjoyed this one too. So we're gonna keep it moving. The next one we've got, it looks like is Catalina or Catalina. I don't know. We're gonna find out. But let's keep it moving. Let's see. Sarah says this is one of the top 5 of the list of iconic K-pop songs. Ooh, okay. This is a big one. All right, very cool. This was Orange Caramel, and the song is Catalina. Hopefully, I've pronounced that correct. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Um, this was very sick. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this. Um, let's see. Sonja commented on Sarah's comment. I agree. Consistently cute. Everyone said, "Oh." Gagi says, "Oh, this one." Uni says, "This one is my fave. The MV is one of my faves of all time." Ooh, very interesting. Gungi says, "Definitely iconic." Alex says, "Iconic." Gagi says, "Bae, Hyeon, and Jiwoo from MMix did a performance of this once. It was so good. Very nice. Very nice." And Sarah says this one is a very popular song to cover. That would make sense. There's a lot of nuance to the song that I feel like maybe prior Orange Caramel songs did not have. And that's not to say that they were bad by any stretch, but there was a lot of cool like melody choices that like I was a little surprised about, but sounded really good. Like that do 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 do. Like I don't know why, but that like gets stuck in my head. And also the wait 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 wait. Like that's what it sounds like. I don't know what they're saying, so if I've taken that blatantly out of context, then apologies. But for whatever reason, that cuts through the song super well and makes it's very memorable. I don't know what the fuck they're saying, but it's very memorable. So I like that. Um, there was just like very like interesting like little new like little interesting melodies that make I think the song itself very interesting. It's definitely got like a um it definitely has more of a disco type feel to it, like especially with like the way that those strings kind of play in. Like that was kind of my first thought, is like definitely a little bit like disco influence, which is not bad at all. But yeah, I think this is a very interesting song. Like I may have already heard this one. For some reason I felt like I've either seen this or listened to this before, but maybe I also could be hearing things because I have said some funky shit tonight. So yeah, it's probably a potential. I meant like I have probably seen it on here. Someone has. I feel like someone may have already recommended this song, but I don't know. Potentially. Um, but yeah, I thought this was very good. I definitely enjoy it. I can understand the iconicness of the song. I thought it was very interestingly crafted, but I thought it was very catchy, very fun. Um, and I'm glad it's a part of their discography. It would make sense that the song would be on it. So, and obviously the popularity that it has ascertained, it would make sense too. So, Sarah says that part is in Hindi. The lyrics are sampled from a Bollywood song. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting. It was a very interesting placement too, but I like it. I feel like it makes the song very unique and different. So, Kaylee says it's everywhere. Iconic. I agree. Yeah, I feel like someone recommended this to me. I'm not surprised. Uni says it could have been me. I don't remember, but I wouldn't be surprised. I I would like to say it probably was potentially, but yeah, I'm very interesting. Very interesting. No Santa says that's such an iconic song, only has 38 million views. We were really living in the dark ages. That is crazy. That is a wild concept, but great song. Enjoyed it. So I just for some reason remember having listened to this song before, but um oh, it was during. Okay, Jazz. Thank you, thank you. I'm curious who put this as a worst K-pop song. That that's interesting. I'm really wondering. I was gonna say I don't think it was Uni then, if that's the case, because I know Uni obviously is stonks for this song. You know what I mean? So I couldn't imagine it. I couldn't imagine. That's interesting. Now I have to find out who did it. Not to call them out. I don't want to cause any beef, but that is a very interesting thing. I can understand it. You know what I mean? Like I can envision it, but it's kind of similarly to like it's kind of interesting that that's the perspective on it. But I get it because it's like similar. I can kind of maybe associate it similarly to like Sticker from NCT. Like that's a very gravitational song. Like I feel like this one would also be in that same sort of category of like it's a very good song. I like it, but also gravitational in the sense of like, man, you either love it or you hate it. You know what I mean? Like I get it. I get it though. I don't want to feel that I'm being complicit in it, but I could see it. I can feel the vision on that one. Uh, Sarah's just a hater. Fair enough. Uni says, "I'm about to head to the Waffle House. That's getting talked about. That's fair. That's fair." Kaylee says, "Someone with no taste." Wow. Okay, that's some strong words. Also, people weren't putting their least favorites, but ones they thought others hated. So who knows? That's like I said. No disrespect. If you thought this one was bad, then hey, it's your own prerogative, you know. But Gunky says, as long as I don't need to go to the Waffle House. Listen, I am not condoning, you know, I am not condoning, you know, the hatred or the disgust for someone, but everyone has their opinions. So, there's Brandon's being nice. Yes, disrespect. Get tased. All right. Well, knives, guns out right now. I love to see it. You know, vigor is important. You know, so I appreciate it. So anyway, Gunky says I would never put my least favorite song. I couldn't sit through that cough. Oh boy. Anyway, we're gonna keep it moving. The next one is a Bing. Hopefully, I've got that correct. But let's rock with it. Let's keep it going.
너무 더운 날이야 오늘따라 너무 늦는 거야 왠지 막 사우나 같아 싸우자는 거야 땀 삐질삐질 더워 기진 맥진 베리베리 스트로베리로 스트레스 따위 날려 바닐라 빙수로 여름 더위 따위 날려 빼빼라로 달려 시원함을 참을 수 없어 아삭아삭아삭 시원해서 빙아빙
All right, very nice. This was Orange Caramel a being. Very nice. I love this song. This was awesome. I love this synth choice of the song. I think it's very energetic and very fun. I also liked the outfits. I like that I would imagine this is in relation to Bingsu, but I'm not 100% sure. I know they kept saying Bingsu in the song, so I would assume it might have a correlation to that. Um, but I love like I love like one of the members was like Oreo, like in this section, like then you obviously have like other toppings, like you have strawberry, chocolate. So, I thought that was cool. I like that concept. That was really fun. Um, as well as that, I think the song is just so catchy. Like I know that could be said about most, if not the entire catalog of Orange Caramel songs, but I just really enjoyed this. I think it's super damn catchy. It was very good. Um, One of my favorites tonight. I just like the brightness of the song. The choreography was cute. I think this is a really good song. I enjoyed this way more than I thought I was going to, but I liked it. I liked it a lot. Gunky says, could they even finish that ice cream? Those bowls of ice cream were huge. Who knows? Who knows? Um, Sarah says, this was a collab with Baskin Robin, actually. Oh, very nice. Very nice. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Gunky says, Brandon, you think of Patsa Bingsu by Billy. That's true. That's true. That was also a phenomenal song too. So a lot of songs with Bingsu or Bing, whatever you want to call it. Very cool. I like this. This was a fire song. And we're moving on to the final one. The last one is the one on this playlist, My Copycat. So Noah Santa says best for last. And Gunky also said that the Billy song was a great song. I agree. So and Uni says another one of my faves, MVs of all time. Ooh, all right. Let's get right into it then. Loading. I love that. Saxophone crazy in this song. Holy shit. Wow. What? That was so good. All right, this was Orange Caramel and their song My Cat. Very nice. Um this was this was fire. This was so good. And this I feel, and I don't mean to cause any disrespect to Orange Caramel. I respect their name immensely, but I feel like what I've noticed about Orange Caramel is like I feel like sometimes like you don't expect their songs to be as good as they are, and then you're like, holy shit, like these are really damn catchy songs. And I'm like, I feel like I just sat back and like listened to obviously all of their most popular title songs. And I'm just like, I would say a good handful of them, if not a majority of them, I enjoyed. At least to obviously some of them to varying degrees, but for the most part, I feel like all of their songs, I was like, damn, like this one's another one where I was just like, holy shit, this was so much fun. And like the choreography with like the saxophone where they're like trying to like mimic like holding a saxophone. I think like obviously the incorporation of the saxophone's incredible, but like kind of again pulls from like the kitschiness of their music, where I feel like again it is very campy but very fun, very energetic. I love the major key tones. Like it's just a fun song. And I feel like if you walk away from this not having like a big smile on your face or like enjoying yourself while listening to this, it just seems like you're missing out on a lot of fun that you could potentially have with this type of music. So, I feel like for them to end on this song and on such a strong note is very damn impressive. I again really love just like their stylization, and I think that they didn't lose like I feel like very easily they could have turned the page and stopped doing like the goofy stuff, but I appreciate the fact that like their songs are so fun and very whimsical in that way. And I feel like that's kind of the charm and a little bit of the magic of how they do things. So um yeah, I thought this was awesome. This was a banger to end all bangers on this section. So I appreciate it. Alex says to conclude on the Pledis lore, this was the song that 17 and some of the Pristine girls were backup dancers for as trainees. Oh, wow. You can find them on their music show lives if you squint. Ooh, very interesting. Very interesting. Sondra says the big band sound here is peak. I agree. I liked it. Alex is back when they were known as Pledis Girls and Pledis Boys before the groups had names. Oh, very interesting. And it says the Pledis group girls project was one of the first new groups I got excited for. Damn, what a shame. It says don't even get me started on Priston. I never forgive Pledis for what happened. Never let them have again having a girls group again. Also fuck people for bullying Kyla. Oof, this is rough. When he says, I miss the fun, goofy vids like this, like what Genius thought. Let's make the video of one giant game of Spot the Difference. Love it. I agree. It is very sick. Yeah, this is incredible. I don't feel like I could give this song any more accolades than it has. Especially in this chat, I feel like everybody's been peak peak orange caramel here. So really enjoyed it. This is gonna be the tough part. I feel like I gotta go through some of my favorites. I think the last three songs have been banger. Actually, last four songs have been bangers. So I would go from Lipstick, Catalina, A Bing, and My Copycat. Uh, I also really enjoyed Magic Girl, and I forget this second one on this list. Um, I definitely enjoyed that one a ton too. After School Blue by a landslide. Wonder Boy was awesome. Aang. Okay, very nice. Thank you, Sarah. That was also incredible. But I really honestly could go with any Orange Caramel song. I enjoyed most of them. I think the only one I did not like was Funny Honey, which again also wasn't bad either, but enjoyed it. In terms of after school songs, that's tough. I think I would do I enjoyed Flashback, Love, Bang. Uh I would do and I think Because of You. I think those were the ones that I enjoyed the most. And I would give an honorable mention to Let's Step Up. That was also really incredible too. So very nice. This was fire. I'm sorry again to No Santa. Uh, I'm glad you were able to make it for Orange Caramel. Apologies on not covering this sooner. So Sarah says, I think I would pick Bang Wonder Boy than anything Orange Caramel. Fair, fair. Great choices. Great choices. Very nice. If anybody else would like to give their commentary, feel free to. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Too many good songs to pick. Fair enough. Connie says this was fun. Very nice. Very nice. I agree. There was some heat tonight. There's definitely some heat brought tonight for sure. So very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, listen, chat. I have some bad news to offer y'all, or good slash bad news. Good news. We're gonna do the wheel pick tonight because uh I am not going to be here Wednesday. My partner and I are taking her niece to a fair, so I will not be here Wednesday. But to offer some points on this, I feel that we have to. I feel like I have to spin the wheel tonight. Um, so I have to do the wheel tonight, which is fine. I'm down for it. Also shout outs to previous winners, both Kaylee and Connie. I know Connie, we have to plan on when we're doing your choice, so you'll have to let me know. Um, Kogi says only bad news if I don't win the wheel. That's fair. That's fair. Um, and Kaylee got their album. Yes, it looked sick, so I was glad it made it to you safely. So yeah, if you come join, there's an opportunity for that. So um Connie says, I don't know why, but I feel Sonja is gonna win or Sally. Ooh, very nice. I was like, we should add Andy. I did see Andy. Kaylee says I made that was funny. Andy has been here, so I feel like we have to throw Andy on here. So $10 on Sonja. All right. I'm gonna hit shuffle 3 times as I've done previously. So we gotta do it. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. Oh, all right. Very nice. Harmony, you have one. I know you are not here, most likely, but I will tag Harmony in Discord. Uh, Stoked. Harmony's great. We love them. So, very stoked. Very stoked. Uh, Sarah says, Bessie, I think I know what she's gonna. I will ask them certainly, but it was very cool. Shout outs to Harmony. If you would like to be on the wheel, uh, come hang out in Discord. Come hang out and chat. Even if you're not here for the stream, come through, please. I am genuinely doing this because I appreciate y'all. I appreciate people that come out and support this, whether you're watching stream, watch the videos, whatever. Um, I think it's really important for me as a content creator and as someone who's been doing this for God, it's so weird to say, almost a decade of my life. Uh, I'm very appreciative of people that still support me and allow me to do this, even though it is something that I do in my free time. It is something that I'm very appreciative of and very grateful for. So, if you would like to be a part of it, and I see you often, you will be a part of this wheel spin. So, very nice. Um, Kaylee says Brandon appreciates us making his life hard. You know, yeah, you take the good and the bad, certainly. So, so, but anyway, very excited. Either way, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for showing the love. Hopefully, I'll see you on stream very soon. I will be back this time next week. So come through. Would love to see you. Thanks again, y'all. We'll see you next stream. Peace.